Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everyone doing today? Smash the like button on your way in. Guys, Bitcoin is chilling. And so are we. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Smash the like button on your way in. I appreciate you guys for joining me. Happy Monday. That's right. Today is in fact Monday, the first day of the week. And it's an okay day. We don't mind Monday. Unfortunately, tomorrow is Tuesday, and we don't like Tuesday. We don't like Tuesday. We just don't. Tuesday's bad news, man. As soon as Tuesday moved into this neighborhood, it got real bad. Bitcoin 118,792 and 61 cents. Let's go refresh our liquidation heat map and see where we're at. We got a little bit of a itty bitty pullback. Some might say that yesterday, the Sunday pump, was a false move, which is fine. That's totally fine. That doesn't mean that we can't trade it and make money off of it. Are we panicking today? No. Because Sunday, Monday. Guess what? We're right back at the same price that we were at Saturday. So nobody cares. If you're panicking right now, you need to take a bath. Up top, we got 120, 139. Down below, whoops. Down below, we got 117,867, and I mean that's pretty. We got 129.56. I guess I'll put that on there, and then I'll put one more down below because that's only fair. I'll go to the bottom, 117,595. I do believe that we have a CME gap in the 117 area. I don't know if it's gonna fill. We've got gaps that haven't filled. There's several of them. So a CME gap kind of, it's reliable to an extent, you know. It's one of those things where you're just kind of like, oh, okay, let's acknowledge it. So we'll see if it fills. Chris Kirby, what up from work? What's going on, Chris Kirby? Smash the like button. Appreciate you. Tom Selleck's Goat. Fahid. Giovanni Fontes, our 3-time winner in a row. Is he going to make it a 4th today? And tie Tom Selleck's Goat for the record. We shall see. Dream Tanks, what's going on? All right. I'm liking this little rebound, a little wick. That doesn't mean that the next candle's not going to be red as well, though. So, something to keep in mind. Bitcoin dominance did get rejected right at 61, which is great. That's actually what we want. Problem is, it rejected at 60.5 as well, and it rebounded and got right back up. We don't want to continue laddering up. We want a proper rejection. Are we going to get it at this purple trend line? Maybe. It's kind of irrelevant. There's only 2 touches, so. Mr. Fluffy Boy says hello. What's going on, Mr. Fluffy Boy? Happy Monday. ETH is down 0.42% on the day, currently trading at 42.3260. The moon is just around the corner. We are sitting above 4K still, though. As long as we're sitting above 4K, I'm happy. Volume looks really nice. RSI resetting slowly but surely. We got a confirmed red dot on Market Cipher. So, a little bit of a downside. No big deal. Let's see if that momentum wave resets, and then maybe we get an RSI at the 50 level. and reevaluate. Sol is down 4.19%. For some reason, Sol's kind of getting hammered a little bit. We got a potential waste management fractal here with WM. I would say a touch, probably 172. See if we get a rebound off 172 and head up from there. I'm going to put this line here just for fun, just because we can. See if we get a bounce off that. Currently sitting at 174.90. Doesn't look bad. Red dots as well. Looks very similar to ETH, but the RSI is a little more reset on Sol. It's sitting right below 50, probably 45. Yep, 46. So let's see. So far, our worst case scenario would be touching the blue trend line, and we seem to have found that as like really strong support. So if we do make it down there again, I wouldn't be too worried. Obviously, it's a long way to go, but it can happen quick. 10% is nothing for alts, so keep that in mind. Even when we get to a bull market, look for 10-20% pullbacks. That's nothing, man. That is nothing. So get used to it right now. Get it all out. It's gonna suck. You're probably gonna want to freak out. It might even help to freak out. But whatever you do, don't panic. Pivot. If you're freaking out, if your blood pressure's high, take a step back. Don't touch your bags. I like to have my bags in several different areas. That way, if I do start to freak out, I gotta go through one. I'll sell like one or two things, and then I'm like, Then it's been like 5 minutes, and I've had a moment to think about it, and I'm like, this is stupid. I should not be doing this. So there's safety nets. If you know that you're an irrational person sometimes, you can set stuff up so that you don't, it's not as easy for you to be irrational. What's going on, Flexa? Reven Lalchin said hi. What's going on? Jandro, time to sell. I disagree. Flexa said just things cooling down. Some alts are clearly stronger than others too. You can see them. One cycle no coiners are panic selling. I have a really good X post. It's not mine. It's to share with you guys later when we get to the news segment. It's kind of genius. Total 3 looks very similar. John said it's not time to sell when you want to sell. What? What? Total 3 is down 1.87% on the day, sitting at 1.02 trillion. As long as we hold above 1, I'll be happy. Potential inverse head and shoulder forming here, actually. Interesting. Let's see if we get that. A little touch of 1 trillion, and then that'll set us up for a nice spike, potentially above the previous all-time high. That'd be nice. We'll see what happens. RSI resetting, momentum wave resetting. ADA is down 3.43% on the day. Flexa said, when it's time to sell, it's time to buy more. I got you, John. You guys are drunk. Cardano, same exact thing as Total 3, potential inverse head and shoulders. Also, potential just waste management fractal. The WM midpoint bounce. Let's see what we get. Flight Fam said, can we look at Jerry the Turtle again? JYAI? Yeah. Give me 1 second. SNEK is down 1.67%, holding up better than ADA, currently sitting at 4.3. Is it going to hold or is it going to break down? As long as it stays above 4, I'll be happy. XRP is down 1.63% on the day, currently trading at 3.13. My last ditch effort support would be 3.10. 3.9, 3.10. $3 should be relatively strong. John said, I'm not as think as you drunk I am. I almost read that wrong. All right, let's go take a look at JYAI really quick for Flight Fan. All right, let's see. Okay, it's still following the fractal, weirdly accurately following the fractal. You're going to want to break above this. You're going to want to decouple from the fractal. And we've seen this before, where the structure looks similar and then it breaks it later. And what the usual cause of that is that it's trying, before it tried to break out and it didn't have the momentum. So this time around it's trying to break out and it has the momentum and it actually succeeds. So the fractal is not gospel. It is an idea. It is a concept based on what's happened in the past. It could just as easily break through that and validate it. Justin Makachek said, "Hey yo, just got off work. It's 4:20 somewhere. Let's go." So yeah, JYAI looks good. You want to see it break to the upside. It's looking a little flaggy though. Looking a little flaggy. I just whacked my ankle on the chair. Hurts really bad. Okay. HBAR is down 4.89% on the day. Currently trading at 24.66. It got back below its cancer curing range, so the banana curve is no longer relevant. We're gonna have to draw a new banana curve. Hopefully the uptrend stays relevant though. Let's see. If it holds right there, then it could be in a solid uptrend. Obviously, only 3 points of confluence. We'll see what sticks. We could go down to 22. Our midpoint support should be 24. We'll see what plays out. RSI is sitting right at 40. Momentum wave starting to enter oversold territory. SWE is down 5.75% on the day. Broke below 370, sitting at 365 right now. We got rejected at 391 a couple of times. Our neckline, if it's going to be a waste management fractal, is around 353. So if we break above that, or if we hold that and break back above 370, then we could see some decent upside. Now, the potential for an inverse head and shoulders here is a little bit more different. Would that count? I don't know if that would count. You got your head right here, and then your right shoulder. It would have to really shoot up like quick. But then technically it would count. I wouldn't be mad at that. 438 as a target. Let's see what plays out. Flexus said, if I was drunk, I wouldn't be on the internet. That would be so boring. I see, when I used to drink and I had access to the internet, I would buy stuff. And I didn't realize I was buying stuff. And then I would wonder where all my money went, and then a violin would show up at my house like a week later. It's the strangest thing. Giovanni said, going to the mailbox to pick up my ski mask dog merch. Nice. Ando is down. Did I go through SWE? Did I? I think I did. Interesting. It didn't feel like SWE. That's weird. That's a little upsetting. SWE usually feels more bullish. Let's see. Ando is down 3.91% on the day, currently trading at 98.56. We got a little rejection at our purple trend line. A bounce off of $1. And a resistance at $1.05. Break below $1. It's at 98.53 right now. Probably heading towards 95.35. If we hold that, great. If not, then we're probably coming down to 90. RSI looks good. Momentum wave. We got a confirmed red dot back here, which is playing out as we speak. Let's see if we enter oversold territory on our momentum wave. Aerodrome down 7.37% on the day. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Currently sitting at $1.09. It rejected $1.23, which is not surprising. Question is $1.04 going to hold as support? It did ride up pretty fast. I would not be surprised. Don't quote me on this. I've gotten this wrong in the past with Aerodrome specifically. If it breaks $1.04 and comes down to 96 or even 86. 96 should be relatively strong because we had previous resistance. It should have flipped into support now. So 96 should be stronger than $1.04. $1 is going to be psychological. We got less than 20 minutes remaining until the daily close contest, so make sure you guys stick around for that. Alexa said, Turkish influencer who married herself dies at 26 from self-unaliving. That's crazy. But he said, is that murder? Jesus. Damn, that was dark. But he's Canadian too. I think they could get you for mischief now, Fahid. You're not allowed to have dark humor. But yeah, Aerodrome probably coming down to 96 too. That's what I would call. Maybe $1. We'll see. Pinlink is down 11.88%. And we got a rejection at $1. Break below 87.69. Let's see if we find support at 75. It's gonna try. Do you guys hear that every time the chair cracks? I don't even know if it's a crack. It's like there's something like stopping something else, and then because I'm a large person, I just force it, and then it just works. All right, pin link, yeah, support at 75. If it breaks below that, maybe look for my midpoint would be like 68, but we might all go all the way down to 60. I wouldn't like that though. That would be very very double toppy and potential break. 60 is like the last ditch effort support. If it breaks below 60, it's a pretty decent chance for accumulation, lucrative accumulation. But I wouldn't want it to get that bad that fast, because it seems to have just gotten nice. But again, it's an altcoin, and it's relatively new, so renders down 5.14% on the day, currently trading at 375. 374.1 is the support, the closest support. We rejected at 4, broke below our range. We're breaking below our purple trend line, upper trend line, and we're working on 374 right now. If we break below that, then 360 is next on the table. 350 after that. Overall uptrend still intact. If we break the purple trend line, I would want to hold 350. Otherwise, it's going to get dicey. Stellar's down 2.9% on the day, currently trading at 43.17. Make sure you guys smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. Hey, Tyler's back again. He was camping. Stellar, 43.15. Let's see, midpoint. Yeah, kind of failed the midpoint. It was trying, it seemed, but it's sitting in the lower half of our range now. I'm kind of surprised that it held the range at all. So that's nice. Volume's still kind of a little bit lackluster. It was minuscule. We had a spike in volume, and it's increased now, and it's held that, like, it's sustained the increase, which is good, but I would hate for it to die off now. It seems like if it's going to sustain much longer, it's probably going to start to piddle away. If we continue down, just look for support at 38, 40. All the psychological numbers, 40, 38, are really your only two on the way down. After that, you're getting to 32, so. Polkadot is down 4.47% on the day. We broke below 401, and we're sitting at 386 right now. Let's see if it holds 378. Worst case scenario, we come down to the purple trend line again. I would love to see that hold at around 359, 360. Altcoin is down 19.21%. The fractal, weirdly intact on Altcoin. Is this going to continue to be the case? Is the Altcoin fractal going to be the fractal for the entire market? That is the real question. We'll continue to keep an eye on it though. 83.27 should be decent size support. If we break below that, then the fractal will be invalidated to the downside, which is almost worse than invalidating to the upside. But we'll see what plays out. Not financial advice, of course. CAS is down 3.9% on the day. Broke below 9. We're sitting at 8984 right now. If we continue and close below 9, then 82 is probably in the cards. Avalanche is down 4.15% on the day, currently trading at 2284. Broke below 2320 after rejecting twice around 2450. Didn't quite make it to 25. Let's see if 2208 holds. Avalanche was doing really good for a while. So was Chainlink. Chainlink's still killing it, honestly. Chainlink's down 4.08%, broke back below 2167. We're at 2116 right now. $20 even should be relatively decent support because we had previous resistance flipped into support when we broke over it. A retest and then continuation would be awesome. That would kind of show us that this breakout was actually bullish and not just some freak thing caused by Bitcoin getting a little pumpy. Doge is down 4.8% on the day, currently trading at 22.25. See if 2165 holds. We rejected at 24 twice. Our neckline, if it's going to be a waste management fractal, is probably around 21.1. See if that holds. We did decouple from this fractal, so hopefully we don't recouple to it. Near is down 5.27% on the day, currently trading at 260. It is sitting right in between 269 and 251, probably heading towards 251. 251 should be really good support. That is the neckline of our W that we just broke out of. Otherwise, the midpoint in between 269 and 251 is about 260. So if it holds that, great. RSI almost reset. Momentum wave pointing to the downside. Pengu's down 9.07% on the day, rejected right around 415. Currently sitting at 3659. As long as we hold above 33, I'm happy. 3659 should be good. Support potential based on the previous resistance. Problem is, it wouldn't count as a waste management fractal because there's no M technically. It was supposed to be right here, but this left portion does not have enough structure for me to be comfortable calling it an M. Silver up 0.22% on the day, currently trading at 37.66. MicroStrategy up 1.3% on the day, potentially recoupling to my final fractal. Hopefully heading up towards 500 bucks. DXY, a little bit choppy, a little bit pumpy today. NASDAQ, a little bit dumpy. S&P, a little bit dumpy. Bitcoin dominance 60.72, still holding below 62. Nope, 61, which is great. Bitcoin itself 118,662. Let me check the chat. Tyler said JJ is the greatest. I would lend him my wife if he wasn't already in a relationship. That's really weird to say, Tyler. Flexa said, bring your grandparents, idiots. What are you talking about? Soon be importing all our immigrant grannies so the government can use it against everyone to raise the pension age later on. But he said grannies still got physically be here for a minimum of 10 years. If they got rid of that rule, there will be an uproar for sure. Flexa said it will be raised before the current working class gets near. It is the point. Most won't make it. It's like a cheat code using migrants. He said pension system wasn't meant to last. It was for the boomers. Flexa said we ain't all stupid. Fahid said millennials and Gen Z are screwed. Flexa said piece of paper don't make you anything. Tyler submitted a potential early daily close entry. Let me get a picture of that. Got it. Okay. Flexa said dominance needs to get smacked. Josh said mourn. And Flexa said I'm gonna go back to 62.5, then back down. Let's see, where did it go before? See, before it went to 62.5. So now, I don't know, 62. It's having trouble getting above 61 right now, which is good. And it's kind of prolonging this, so if it does fail, is it going to do that? That would be cool. I'd be totally okay with that. We'll have to wait and see. We got some news articles to go through, guys. Quentin, we got a lot of news articles, so I'm going to start chipping away at them. 150K in September, followed by Fed rate cut, which trigger a global liquidity surge. That's going to be crazy. This is Bitcoin, US dollar versus the M2 Global Liquidity Index. Yeah, we got a spike. We're still like mid-spike. I'm pretty sure. Then we got our last year being broke, believe, from Altcoin Garden. This one's crazy. I didn't even know they still had dial-up internet. IGN posted AOL will be discontinuing its dial-up internet service after 34 years in September. That's insane. I did not know that still existed. Flexa said, if it goes back up, Franco will be yelling, I told you to take profits, now look at your alts. Right. Flexa took profits at like 80K. I don't think if he would have followed along his own rule, he would have been completely out of the market like a year ago. So, who in the world has dial-up? I have no clue. Those people are going to be pissed, though. What do you mean you're discontinuing my internet? I'm still waiting on this download. Breaking Trump's world liberty will be buying 1.5 billion worth of altcoins to establish a new treasury with Nasdaq listed Alt5. Alt Season 2.0 is confirmed. 1.5 billion. We got President Trump makes a historic move in Washington, D.C., invoking the Home Rule Act of 1973. This places Washington, D.C. under direct federal control. Trump was also deploying National Guard troops in the city. Eric Trump, here we go, alts. It's official, guys. We're announcing 1.5 billion offering to establish a transformational world liberty finance treasury strategy. Basically, they're going to buy a bunch of our bags, which is sick. Hedge funds have now built the largest short position in small cap stock futures in history. That's crazy. The market knows Nvidia and AMD just lost 15% of their revenue from China overnight after a deal with Trump. Meanwhile, both stocks just turned green on the day. New company-specific tariffs will make big companies even bigger. Small caps and small businesses will hurt. I will say, and maybe I'm ignorant to this concept, but a small cap, small business chip manufacturer doesn't work in my brain. Maybe I'm just dumb. We got President Trump to reclassify marijuana as a less dangerous drug. It's about damn time. President Trump has signed an executive order extending the China tariff deadline by 90 days, so we get another 3 months, guys. This one was interesting. Crunchyroll has partnered with Delta Airlines to allow passengers to watch anime during flights on seatback screens. Will include 50,000 plus episodes and films. Delta Airlines actually got a little bit of an upgrade just now. China's trade surplus is surging. China's overall goods trade surplus has reached a record 1.2 trillion over the last 12 months. Their positive trade balance has doubled over the last 5 years. This comes as China's exports have significantly rebounded, excluding the U.S. Cumulative 12-month exports to the world, excluding the U.S., have increased by $400 billion to a record 3.2 trillion over the last 18 months. Additionally, China's cumulative 12-month manufacturing surplus hit a record 2 trillion, well above the largest surpluses historically seen in Germany and Japan. China is expanding global trade amid U.S. tariffs. Giovanni said thoughts on BMNR being the ETH microstrategy. I got an article about that, actually. Inflation in the U.S. remains historically high. The weight of products growing faster than 4% in the U.S. inflation CPI basket rose to 40% in July, the highest reading this year. Meanwhile, the ISM Services Prices Paid Index reached 69.9 points in July, the highest since November 2022. In the past, this has served as a leading indicator for CPI inflation, now signaling inflation is set to rebound. Is inflation setting up for a resurgence? I don't know. I think we're gonna be surprised no matter what. President Trump says gold will not be tariffed. This one cracked me up because everyone was freaking out about a huge tariff on gold, and that's why it spiked. And apparently there's not going to be a gold tariff now. This is concerning. The U.S. unemployment rate for youth graduates aged 20 to 24 has averaged 8.1% over the last 3 months, the highest in 4 years. It has risen by 2 percentage points over the last 19 months. This matches levels seen during 2008. Is far above levels seen in 2001. Additionally, the unemployment rate for youth aged 16 to 24 has averaged 9.9% over the last 3 months, the highest since May 2021. Since April 2023 low, the youth jobless rate is up 3.4 percentage points. Young Americans can't find jobs. I don't want to be that guy, but we've tried hiring young Americans at my job, at my work. They don't want to work. It has nothing to do with them not being able to find jobs. They don't work. If you're not going to work, you're not going to have a job. And then they, unfortunately, were raised in a period where you're allowed to be offended by everything. And if you are offended, it justifies any actions that you take after the fact. So if I have to get up early and I don't want to get up early, then I don't want to go to work, and I'm not going to go to work, and I'm not going to have a job. And that's how they deal with everything, unfortunately. Maybe I'm just being an asshole, but that's what it seems like to me. So, right here. The crazy MFer actually did it. Tom Lee is the first to 1 million Ethereum. New buys revealed show 1.2 million ETH, $5 billion. In 1 month, he's made it 20% of the way to his goal to acquire 5% of all of Ethereum's supply, 12 times faster than Michael Saylor. We are past the moon, headed towards the Andromeda galaxy. Bitmine Immersion Tech, 1.2 million ETH. Sharplink Gaming, 521.9 thousand. The Ether Machine, 345.4K. Bit Digital, 120.3K. And BTCS Inc., 70K. I thought that was pretty sick. This one was exciting as well for any Cardano people in the chat. Wallet fraud detection is live on mainnet. Serial scammer wallets are now being labeled. Tokens created by scammers are flagged. We are doubling down on protecting the Cardano ecosystem. SNEK bought Security Bot, and I believe that they're just implementing it everywhere now. So, pretty sick, pretty sick. 5 years ago today, Michael Saylor's strategy bought Bitcoin for the first time ever at a price of $11,500. Today, they hold 628,791 Bitcoin with a $28.4 billion in unrealized profit. That's crazy. All right, Bitcoin chilling. Flexa said, is Delta the one plane that flipped over and the women pilots they wouldn't take accountability for? I don't know. I will never go on a plane, so it doesn't matter to me. I thought Delta was the one where that poor like Chinese doctor guy got ripped out of the plane and like beat his head into the armrest, and he was like bleeding while they like carried him out because they needed an extra seat for like one of their fat ass pilots because they overbooked, which blows my mind, dude. I hope he sued the shit out of them. I hope he got billions of dollars. Flexa said, F flying with them if it was. Tom Selexcoat said, same people have dial-up that still buy CDs. Giovanni said, Flexa, if that's true, no wonder my Japan flights are so cheap with Delta. Flexa said, pretty sure it was Delta to Canada flight. They tried to blame it on Canada, but the flight was American. I mean, it would still be Canada's fault. Flexa said, JJ probably already got tit, but I saw on X some guy of a company is buying $1 billion in Bitcoin tomorrow. LOL. LOL, not tit. I read tit, so it doesn't matter. It's too late. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got less than 1 minute remaining until the daily close contest, so get your guesses ready. Bitcoin currently trading at 118,794.04. Let's go. That's exactly Justin. See, Justin knows how it is. Justin knows what we're supposed to do. So, I hate to tell you, Flexa, it was Canada's fault that that plane went down. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh gosh, I can't type. I was so confident. All right, I'm ready. I think I have something about the $1 billion buy. I saw it. I don't remember if I bookmarked it. But we'll go through it afterwards, after the daily close contest. Ladies and gentlemen. 2, 1. Get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Ladies and gentlemen. Let me get Mr. Tyler's in there. Mr. Tyler. 118-669-69. Nice. Nice. Next, we got Tom Selexcoat, our current record holder. 118,750. We got Justin Makachek. Holy crap, I remembered how to spell your last name. 119,169. Nice. Oh. Wait a minute. What is going on here? Ah, okay, never mind, never mind. Flexa said, I live in their motherland, England, Stan. I don't know what that is. Minority on my street, mate. Are you rapping in my chat? Like English rap? You know what's really weird? Hearing people in like other languages try to rap. I don't know why it freaks me out so bad. I guess just other language music in general throws me off. Unless it's like ethnic to that language. I work with a bunch of Hispanic gentlemen, and they're all super nice, very like wonderful people. Genuinely, I would like trust them with my life. Been working with them for over a decade. Giovanni 118 650. There's a handful of them though. There's like 2 or 3 of them that sometimes listen to music that I have a problem with. Everybody else can listen to music and I don't care because it's different. It's Hispanic music, but it's always different. This handful of people that bug the crap out of me, they listen to the same, I don't know if it's the same musician, the same genre, the same song. It's the same instrumental. I swear to God. And I'm like, do they have other music in your culture? It f's with my brain, dude. And I feel bad, but change the song, bro. Change the song. Bet 1, then bet 2. Coming in with 118,906. Flexa, poor Flexa can't catch a break. 118,805 and 80 cents. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one, Flexa. You got a good chance there. I like it. Cheers, guys. Happy Monday. Smash the like button. If you're new, consider subscribing. We killed it yesterday, dude. My 2-hour emergency stream at the end of the day has almost as many views as my 8-hour stream, which kind of kills me because I was streaming for 8 hours. I had to work hard for those views, and then I did a 2-hour stream like 25-30 minutes after the 8-hour stream and just as many people tuned in. That's crazy. Flexa said, I might try. Watch it. Do got 120 LOL. What? Guys, you got 1 minute and 24 seconds to get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Anybody else? Anybody at all? Let me see if Jay Shear's in the Discord, maybe. Jay Shear's in the Discord. Oh, I think I beat him. I might not have. He might have said it before I beat him. Technically, that wouldn't be beating him, so he might have said it before I caught it. Jay Shear 2.0 with 118, 785, 69. Anybody else? Anybody at all? You got 53 seconds remaining. Get your guess in. Ladies and gents, boys and girls. All right. Anybody else? Anybody at all? Don't forget to smash the like button. What do we have for likes? I'm going to go refresh. Make sure I change it to live chat. We are at 11 likes. Okay. Again, I'll take it. I'll take it. I accept. Although, if you haven't liked, what are you doing? 13 seconds remaining on the clock. Anybody else for the daily close contest? Bitcoin 118, 774 and 76 cents. 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, time's up. Time's up. All right, let's get these bad boys on the board. Sort. Bam. All right. We got Justin Makachek with 119, 169. We got Bet 1 then Bet 2 with 118, 906. We got Flexo with 118, 805, 80. We got Shoe 2.0 with 118, 785.69. Damn, did you just shaft flex that? No, you kind of shafted yourself, actually. Interesting strategy. Tom Selexo with 118, 750. Technically, you can get as close as you want to somebody else if you know that you're going to win the $100 prize. We got Tyler Yetzer with 118, 669.69. Is Tyler going to take it? Right now, Tyler's in the lead. He's got such a huge... I mean, it's not that bad, actually. Fahid's pretty close, and you guys are catching up real quick. After Tyler, then we got Giovanni, 118, 650. Mr. Giovanni Fontes. Ladies and gentlemen, these are our guesses for the Daily Close contest. Thank you for participating. Currently, Mr. Tyler's in the lead, followed by Tom Selleck-Scote with a close... Is it second place at the moment? Yeah, I suppose so. We're going to get a rebound pump. We got 2 minutes, 52 seconds remaining on the clock. RSI crossed bearish over the moving average, but we got a little wick to the downside, signaling a potential buying up. We are nowhere near any liquidation points as of the beginning of the stream. The momentum wave is pointing down, but it is also averaging out in the middle at 0. The price is pushing down now. Are you guys too bullish? Will it go below Giovanni's guess and make nobody the winner today? You got 2 minutes and 14 seconds left on the clock. 118, 712 at 56 cents. What do you guys think about me doing a video, like a haunted video of a graveyard? There's a local graveyard where there's a crazy story about this family. It's very dark, but what do you guys think of that type of content? I went to that haunted house and I didn't make a video about it, and I just saw there's a channel with like 500 or 400 or 300 subscribers posted just like the simplest walkthrough of the house, the haunted house, and it has like 50,000 views. I was like, damn it. I should have made a video. So I'm probably going to go back to that house. And they have nighttime tours, so I might pay to spend the night there as well. Giovanni said, whoa, do it. Okay, I'm going to do it then. I'm going to buy a camera today. Guys, you got 60, 75 seconds left on the clock. Bitcoin 118, 695 and 4 cents. Currently, Tyler is still in the lead. It is getting pretty dang close to Giovanni's gap, though. Lexus said title it, right? I never made a video. That's the problem. That's the problem. 118, 686.01. Walking through a haunted graveyard. I mean, aren't they all? 118, 686 and 1 penny. And a good thumb. The thumb, I think, is where I might have to pay somebody. 118, 686.01. I try to do good thumbs. This is the candle that will determine the fate of our winner. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tyler still in the lead. 118, 686.01. 27 seconds remaining on the clock. Is it going to spike up, down, or is it going to flatline and close right where it's at? 21 seconds left. Mr. Tyler still in the lead. 118, 686.01. Here it is. Moment of truth. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of today's Daily Close contest, Mr. Tyler Yetzer. Congratulations, Tyler, on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, Bitcoin Daily Close 118, 686 even. 118, 686 even. Yay! 118, 686 even. Congratulations, Mr. Tyler, on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat. 118, 686. Let's see, Mr. Tyler. Mr. Tyler is the winner. with his guess of 118.66969. Congratulations, Mr. Tyler, once again on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat. Breaking Mr. Giovanni's streak. Giovanni won 3 in a row. Add Mr. Tyler to the winner's Google Doc. Very cool, very nice. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas. I'm not seeing any bananas in the chat, guys. All right. Can I get a drum roll, please? Look at that. Return of green? I think return of green. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of today's daily close contest with a guess of 118.66969. Nice, nice. And an actual Bitcoin daily close of 118.686 even on August 11th, 2025. Mr. Tyler Yetzer's prize is a delicious looking Chicago dog. Congratulations, Mr. Tyler, once again on your victory. You are not allowed to pick anything off of this. You have to eat it whole. Not in one bite. You can eat a bit. You can eat it with a fork and a knife, whatever you want to do. You just got to eat the whole damn thing. You can share it with whoever you please. Cut it in half. Eat it with your hands. Eat it with your feet. Eat it with a fork and knife. Eat it with chopsticks. I don't care. Whatever you do, you're legally obligated to remove it from the premises. Congratulations once again on your victory. Enjoy. I think I will it into existence, dude. Whenever I do a hot dog, Tyler wins. Literally every time. I didn't even plan that. I didn't even know Tyler was gonna be here. Tyler has been here in forever. I had no idea. That's actually crazy. Congratulations, Mr. Tyler, on your victory. Enjoy. This does look delicious. I don't remember. I've been to Chicago once, and I was like a teenager. I think I tried their pizza. I don't know if I had a Chicago hot dog. It looks really good, though. I don't know what these, like, way too bright green things are. I don't know if that's just chives. Or they have, like, food-colored relish. But there's, like, a whole-ass pickle in there. Some tomatoes. They got a little bit of spices on there. And some peppers. And then, obviously, the glizzy. And the everything, or the poppy seed hot dog bun. It looks delicious, dude. Some onions. Ooh. Making me hungry. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, market's still chilling. Tyler said I was camping for a week. Hot dogs were almost every day. I'm hot dogged out, LOL. That's funny. That's funny, man. I mean, you can never be sick of hot dogs. You just gotta have a different brand every day. You know what I mean? You gotta do it right. All right, let's continue our articles. We got NVIDIA and AMD agree to pay 15% of Chinese chip sales revenue to U.S. government, which is the craziest thing I've ever heard. Never heard of that in my entire life. That's actually insane. Marcha Guru posted 15% is crazy. Are you kidding me? Were they making that much money? To where they're like, yeah, whatever. That's actually insane. I guess it makes sense, though. We're like, listen, we're either going to charge you this much, or are you going to give us half that amount? Hand over fist. That's literally extortion. I'm just saying, that's extortion. That's kind of crazy. $30 million worth of Bitcoin shorts liquidated in the past 60 minutes. That was 21 hours ago. President Trump says tariffs are making the U.S. strong and rich. I can feel it, Mr. Krabs. I will say, ever since the president imposed tariffs on other countries, I have gained 5 pounds. So I don't know about strong. Rich, I hope. I've also lost money from the dumps, but my portfolio looks good. So maybe fat and rich, which is a little too boomer for me. But maybe I just got to lose some weight and not blame the president on my fatness. But it feels so right. I should just blame him and then collect disability or something. I'm just kidding. Total cryptocurrency market cap reaches a new all-time high of $4.1 trillion. Very nice. President Trump says gold will not be tariffed. Cool, cool, cool. Officially extends China tariff deadline by 90 days. All right. Total spot ETH ETF volume surpasses 2,725,000,000 today. Crazy. Marty Party posted new treasury company, Alt5 Sigma Corporation, is a fintech company focused on blockchain power technologies for digital asset trading, payment processing, and custody. They announced a $1.5 billion capital raise today to acquire a multi-crypto basket in their treasury. And they have a private placement with World Liberty Fi, which tokens will be included in the treasury. My opinion, competing with Visa and MasterCard for the native crypto payment architecture I speak about regularly. Formerly Jan1 Inc., it rebranded in July 2024. It is headquartered in Las Vegas, Nevada. Founded in 2018, its subsidiary Alt5 Sigma Inc. drives its core operations, have processed over 5 billion in cryptocurrency transactions since inception. Very cool. Basically, number go up. Trump extends China tariff 90-day deadline. In my opinion, the deal, like all tariff deals, involve debt forgiveness. Let's go. This one's actually insane. Very, very, in my opinion, bullish update. Do Kwon, the founder of Terra Luna. The plea hearing is tomorrow, August 12th. Do Kwon was extradited to the United States from Montenegro on December 31st, 2024. He initially pleaded not guilty to 9 felony counts, including securities fraud, market manipulation, money laundering, and wire fraud. The charges stem from the collapse of the Terra USD stablecoin and the subsequent $40 billion loss for investors. The collapse of Terra USD and Luna in 2022 significantly impacted the cryptocurrency market. A previous court hearing in July was delayed to allow for productive discussions between the production and defense, potentially indicating a plea agreement is being explored. Next, we got CME Group gap to fill at 117.4. So let's mark that over here because that's important. 117.4. And I'm going to label this CME gap to fill. And I'm going to make it not green because we don't want it to be green. Let's make it orange. Thank you for the banana Fahid. Jay Shear said, I will bring up all of your clips during your congressional run. Good luck. Oh. Dude, I'm in so much trouble when I get into politics. Maybe not though. Hopefully I'm hopeful that we have a renaissance of reawakening where comedy is legal again. And if people get offended, that's their own problem. Plexus said, didn't they arrest him with a cold storage device up his ass? Wonder if they got in it. I don't know. Was that real? I thought that was a meme. That poor guy. Are you in the chat? The guy that thought I was being serious when I said you had to KYC to play the daily close contest. I feel so bad. Just in, former White House Crypto Council Executive Director Bo Hines says there is a clear directive to build a strategic Bitcoin reserve. The effort will continue and accelerate. Very cool. Since announcing his departure, a handful of Bitcoin proponents have expressed disappointment that Hines, a supporter of the U.S. government buying Bitcoin, was leaving without sharing more details on the progress of that initiative. Hines said he is confident that the effort remains in good hands. The President Executive Order is a clear directive to build a strategic Bitcoin reserve. These initiatives are budget neutral and designed to benefit taxpayers. I'm confident the effort will continue and accelerate under Patrick's leadership, with capable teams at Treasury and Commerce working hard to implement the best solutions. Here's why this was incredibly bullish to me. Big Dog said, what's up, JJ? What's up, mods? What's going on, Big Dog? Fahid said it's possible because Canadians are so used to KYC. Right? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. The reason why I think this is bullish is because Bo Hines, as well as everybody else that was involved in the Crypto Council thing, sold all of their crypto in order to be a part of this. Now that everything's set in, like, the wheels are turning, the ball's rolling, they can jump ship and go buy their bags back so that they can ride the wave up. You know, I'm not giving up my bags for this. Like, I'll help. Like, he's still on as an advisor, which is the best course of action because he can still hold crypto now and be affiliated with this. But the dude probably saw the market, the way that things were going, and he probably knows where things are going. And he's like, I gotta buy my bags back. You know, you guys are paying me well, but I'm gonna retire like the next 5 generations if I buy my bags back, especially with what you've been paying me. So I gotta go. That's why I think it's bullish. Cointelegraph posted, update: the odds of the Federal Reserve cutting rates next month have risen to 81.6% on Poly Market. Follow smart money. He has very tiny hands, doesn't he? Update: Bloomberg reports that Terraform Labs co-founder Do Kwon may plead guilty in a U.S. fraud case over the 2022 $40 billion Terra USD collapse, with a change of plea hearing set for Tuesday. Damn. ETH options open interest has hit 13.75 billion, its highest level this year, and near the 14.6 billion record from March 2024. That's crazy. Retail can't wait to take this one. This is the crazy post that I was talking about earlier. This is genuinely how it feels. Dan Gambardillo, highly recommend following him if you don't. He's a little preachy, but he's a good guy. He said retail can't wait to take profit on altcoins. Last couple cycles, the big mistake was round tripping the bull market straight into the bear market. This cycle, the big mistake will be selling too early. That's what I've been saying, dude. Anytime we get a spike up, people are like, this is it. This is the top. That's it. We go down a little bit. They're like, told you we were never going to hit 100K. Told you we were never going to go to 110. Told you we were never going to 120. Told you it wasn't going to go to 130. Every single time. We'll think it's going low. And then we hit the top. And then it's over. And they end up being wrong every single time. And like, what's his name? What's the guy's name? Crypto Hayes? Arthur Hayes? Sold all of his ETH the other day at the local bottom. Arthur Hayes, and it's on chain and it's published, and everybody published, everyone publicized it, and it was hilarious. Dude sold right here. It went up, breached 4K. He bought back right here. The same quantity, but he had to spend an extra like $10 million or some ridiculous amount of money because his dumbass sold and missed the 20% pump that followed. So that's what's happening right now. People are selling. They're watching this happen. They're like, oh, ETH failed to break above 4K. They sell, and then it goes bam, and then they buy back in with either more money or less money or the same amount of money, and they just get less coins. Regardless, they end up screwing themselves because he just missed 20%. There was a statistic that we looked at the other day. It was like, if you miss the 10 or 15 largest days in the stock market, like largest gains in the stock market, every bull market, then you'll only make like 5%. There was some crazy metric that we saw. The same applies for crypto, and we've talked about it. The big moves happen very, very fast. And then the rest of it is slow bleed out every single time. So if you miss the fun stuff, you're screwed. That doesn't mean go chase green candles, but you got to pay attention, man. Tyler said he could have been total opposite though, LOL, and called it for real. What? Arthur Hayes? The guy that sold? Just cracks me up, man. Cracks me up. Altcoins can't catch a bid because we don't have the macroeconomic conditions for crypto to take off yet. ISM is still in contraction, but the banana zone is just around the corner and economic recovery is next. Remember, crypto is not Bitcoin. They are tech businesses. Basically, we're about to hit that bounce, and our red is about to turn green, and our number is about to go up. Not financial advice. Mr. Crypto posted, altcoins are entering the banana zone. The next 6 months are going to be life-changing. Lock in. I can feel it, Mr. Krabs. I'm excited. Powell cuts rates and ends quantitative tightening this year. Bitcoin jumps to 150K. Altcoins like ADA, SNEK, Indy, Iagon go up 10 to 20x. Any questions? Not financial advice. Altcoin dominance has probably hit the bottom here. New high coming for alts as this starts moving higher. We got others dominance, banana curve, banana curve, banana curve. Not financial advice. It's probably going to be way more shallow. See how this one went almost straight up? This one's 45 degrees. This one's probably going to be like 20 degrees. Which is what leads me to believe that this bull market is going to just be a stretched out, like prolonged mess. And it's probably going to be, this is probably going to be the most painful bull market because it's going to take so long. It already kind of has been. Retail is nowhere to be found. Bitcoin's at $118,000. From its local bottom, if retail would have been around, they could have made, right now, 600% on Bitcoin. 600%. Yeah, I mean, the math checks out, man. What is it, half every time? No, this one was 7,000. This one was 2 or 1,200. This one's 600. And it took it because it took a long time. Instead of it going woohoo, it went woohoo. No one was around to see it. It's just crazy to me, man. It's this bull market, or just whatever you want to call it right now. This market that we're in is so different and odd. And nobody even understands what's going on, even remotely. Congratulations, Mr. Tyler, once again on your victory. Tyler said, like the epic stream. Big Dog said, Raoul Paul, Dis, XRP, ADA, and other altcoins said they're moron coins and people buy them because they're cheaper. Paul suck. My favorite is when the people dissing the coins have no idea what they're talking about. I don't remember who it was. It might have been, I think it was the Coin Bureau guy. He's like, Cardano doesn't even have a single DEX. And this was like 2-3 years ago. And there was like 8 DEXs on Cardano at the time. And he said it with so much confidence. Everyone was like, what are you talking about? It was so cringy, dude. It's stupid to blindly hate a coin. You can talk about the bad actors. There's bad actors in every single ecosystem. Talk about the bad actors. You should bring attention to them. But to blindly hate a coin is dumb. And to blindly hate the people that enjoy that coin is equally as dumb. So, I don't know. Raoul Paul needs, maybe he needs like a girlfriend or something. He needs some love from his mother or something. There's something going on. U.S. inflation expected to rise to 2.8% in tomorrow's CPI report. I believe 2.7 is what we're looking for. Well, yeah, the forecast I think is 2.7. So if it's at 2.8, everyone's going to freak out. JP Morgan's trading game plan for Tuesday's CPI release. This was interesting. I don't think we've ever seen this before. Let me go back, check. Bitcoin is 118,938 even. Looking good. Bitcoin dominance 60.68. Going down. That's what we like to see. Congratulations, Tyler, once again on your victory. Okay. Regardless, Tuesday's 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time consumer price index data is set to be a crucial piece of information for the market outlook. Here are the scenarios JP Morgan has outlined for Tuesday, based on varying core month-over-month CPI scenarios. A 5% chance that core monthly CPI prints above 0.4%, the S&P 500 loses 2% to 2.75. A 25% chance that core CPI totals between 0.35 and 0.4, the S&P 500 might lose as much as 0.75 or gain as much as 0.25. 35% odds that the core monthly CPI comes in between 0.3 and 0.35%. That might then lead the S&P 500 to end the day little changed or gained as much as 0.75%. A 30% chance that core monthly CPI prints between 0.25 and 0.3. In this case, easier inflation might drive the S&P 500 to gain 0.75 to 1.2%. Just a 5% chance that core month-over-month CPI drops to less than 0.25. That would likely drive the S&P 500 to rally between 1.5 and 2%. So basically, our biggest odds are S&P 500 barely changing or going up 0.75%, based on that 35% odds that it comes in between 0.3 and 0.35. Degenaire said, like me some Fartcoin right now after that diarrhea dump. That was quite a untrustworthy fart dump, I will say. Tyler said, I'm trying to play Rocket League so you can talk. So you talk less, LMAO. So what? I can't read, man. I'm talking more in the process trying to read your damn chat. I'm trying to play Rocket League. Can you talk less, LMAO? I mean, you can just mute it. You do have to keep the stream playing, though. Otherwise, you're dishonored. Cointelegraph posted, last but not least, 14 billion in Bitcoin shorts are set to be liquidated if Bitcoin hits $125,000. That's going to be exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, Bitcoin had a little baby rebound. It is now chilling. 118, 872, and 83 cents. Let's go do a quick portfolio update. We got our 1K to 10K Grok portfolios down $69. Nice. Currently being held up by Sol, Render, and ADA. Everything else is negative. Ondo's down $2. Proppy's down 5. Doge is down 8. Fetch is down 9. Near's down 14. Shib is down 17. And Aptos is down 26. Next, we got our Memecoin portfolio, which is in profit. $9 still, looking good. Ooh, SNEK flip Doge. Did that happen before? I don't remember. Giga is down $80. Doge is down 10. SNEK is down 7. Pepe is in profit $35. And Whip is in profit $69. Nice. A lot of 69s today. It's unavoidable. 69 is inevitable. Then we got our narrative portfolio, my favorite, the best performer, currently in profit $100.15. This portfolio is made up of one meme coin, one artificial intelligence coin, one decentralized physical infrastructure coin, one real world asset coin, and one gaming coin, and it is absolutely killing it. Currently, VeChain is the only asset that is negative on this portfolio. It's down $10. Mana, Decentraland, is in profit 5. Fetch is in profit 18. Tao's in profit 25, and Pepe is in profit 60. And then last but not least, our perfect entry portfolio, which I will say, it's at 669, another 69. Nice. Guys, what is going on right now? It's a sign. There's a sign from Satoshi himself. I will say, with this little micro dip right now, if we do go down a little bit lower to fill that CME gap, we might be able to add to our perfect entry portfolio tomorrow. We'll see how it goes, especially with CPI coming out. But as of right now, we have 6 assets chosen by you, the community. We got Chainlink, Sui, Ondo, ETH, Sol, and Render. And currently, Sol and Render are the only two that are down. Render's down 8. Sol is down 3. ETH is up 9. Ondo's up 10. Sui's up 19. And Chainlink is up 40. This portfolio is $69.07 in profit. Let's freaking go. Tyler said I was kidding, by the way. It's too late. It's too late, Tyler. I already shed my single tear. Big Dog said, JJ, do you believe in supercycle narrative for this bull run? I don't know if I would call it a supercycle. I would call it a... See, I don't want to jinx it. I enjoy the supercycle narrative. Do I believe the supercycle narrative? I don't know if I would call it a supercycle because that would also imply that we would go down afterwards. And I don't know if we're going down afterwards as much as people are anticipating. I genuinely think, let me pull up a chart just so I can like illustrate it. I think that with this market the way that it is and the institutional adoption that's coming, the pensions, the everything, 401k, retirement, all of that stuff, the world governments getting into cryptocurrency and stablecoin market like coming into play now, I think that the days of the pump and dump 90% down for Bitcoin at least are over. Tyler said I want you to completely stop talking. That was good. I think that those days are over. I think that, and again, I could be way wrong. I'm totally just speculating entirely based on the idea that we've never had a bullish administration in the White House. Like, pumping our bags. J Shear 2.0 said back to work. Peace out, y'all. Appreciate you, J Shear 2.0. Happy Monday, my friend. Smash the like button on your way out. Subscribe. I think that let's say it goes crazy still. Let's say it gets up to 200K. And it does its little thing and whatever, and then it pulls back. I think pullback maybe like, let's even call it 100K. Let's call it a 50% pullback. 50% pullback for Bitcoin compared to 75, 80. That's quite an improvement. So 100K Bitcoin is the bear market price. Just speculating. That's the idea. Altcoins traditionally go down 90%. Let's say maybe like the blue chip sector goes down 75 instead of 90. That's my concept. That's my idea. I don't know if I firmly believe that, but I would like to, based on the current rate of adoption and just the amount of crazy bullish things that seem to be coming out of every institution and government organization in the world right now. Yeah, it got me worried about being a bag holder for ETH. I'm scared to sell in case it becomes unaffordable. Right. See, that's where you gotta have a plan to accumulate enough to where when you do take profit, you have a bag left over that will matter if the price continues to go up. And that's where this comes into play from Dan. Blew my mind, dude. This was sick. He said, retail, can't wait to take profit on altcoins. Last couple cycles, the big mistake was round tripping the bull market straight into the bear market. This cycle, the big mistake will be selling too early. And think about that. If we don't get a 90% pullback bear market, 50% drawdown is what? Two pullbacks? Because we normally pull back around 20% during the bull market. Bear market's going to be just two pullbacks back to back. Who cares at that point, in my opinion? Again, don't be a bag holder. Take profits when you want to, whatever you do. But I do believe that we are entering like a new era. And here's the other thing. With stable coins, they can literally just print money infinitely. You have the US dollar, which they cannot print without causing inflation. And then they have the stable coin. I don't know what I'm that's the stable coin, I guess. They have the stable coin, which is based on debt. So you have your US dollar, it does not move in supply. This keeps circulating, it does its thing. They don't print anymore, but they don't destroy any either. They just keep the supply steady. But with this debt, you can have infinite debt. And this debt is then packaged up in this stable coin. And they're like, well, you owe us $1 million. So we're going to sell that debt and create $1 million worth of stable coin with it. So they basically can double. In theory, they can do way more than double. But just think about it, just from the perspective of doubling. They can basically double the current supply of the US dollar without actually adding to the idea of inflation. You know, no one would know that there's that much more money in the world. We would just suddenly have way more money. And that alone might lead to inflation, but because the actual supply of the US dollar is not changing, nobody would really give a crap. So the stablecoin thing is like a whole new aspect that I was not expecting. I didn't even really think about. But that's how Tether just prints, dude. They just buy debt. They just buy debt. And they can sit on it too. And because it's digital, they don't have to do anything, dude. They don't have to do shit. There's more money coming in than there is going out. So then there's that as well. It's the same concept as the banks with the, I don't remember what it's called, the fractional reserve. Banks only have to hold 10% of what they have on paper. So if a bank has $10 billion, they only have to hold $1 billion at the bank. So if you and your neighbor go to draw each $1 billion, they can't actually give you both $1 billion. It's the same concept. But with Tether, they don't have to hold anything. They can hold $0 US. Tether's maybe a bad example because Tether holds a bunch of US dollars. But they have gold, they have debt, all of this stuff. Treasuries. Literally, you can just print the money out of thin air. That's literally what they can do. So, I'm excited. I'm excited. And some people might be like, oh, well, that's dangerous and it's reckless and it's not good over the long term. You know what else is not good? The United States dollar. And I think I read that giant post on Bitcoin yesterday during the live stream. You guys might kill me, but I'm gonna go read it again because I thought it was brilliant. The dude just destroyed them And he deserves a ton of credit for this. Because within this, what did he say? What was I getting at? I don't remember. But I'm going to read this because I thought it was brilliant. Degenair said, what do you mean Tether is pegged to actual dollars now? No, they hold some US dollars, they hold some debt, they hold some gold. Basically, I believe it's backed 1-to-1. They're making money off of fees and they make money off of interest. So let's say I'm Tether and I buy a bunch of junk debt for like pennies on the dollar, and then I mint that junk debt into US dollars. Now, it's my job, obviously, to pay lawyers and whatever to go collect that debt, but I have now $1 billion worth of Tether that I just minted because I bought $1 billion worth of junk debt that I'm going to go collect on over time, and time's on my side because I'm an institution versus a person, and that's it. Or gold. You know, I make a shit ton of profits off of the percentage because, again, I paid pennies on the dollar. I got $1 billion worth of debt for like $1 million, and I just basically turned $1 million into $1 billion. I did actually do that, like 1-for-1 by minting Tether, and then I make profits by actually collecting on that debt, and I go buy gold with it. I go buy a $500 million worth of gold. So then I've 1.5x my money already. If the interest rate is as predatory as that, and it might be. But if they really wanted to be safe, they could just buy US Treasury bonds or whatever, you know, CDs, who knows? It's what the insurance companies do too. It's the same exact concept. Everyone copy pastes the same exact money making scheme, and the government's in on it. Oh, that's what I was going to say that this guy does. This guy says in this post, everyone's like, Bitcoin has no intrinsic value. And he specifically says, neither does the US dollar. And it's true, no money does. And they're like, Bitcoin's only worth what the next guy's willing to pay for it. So is the US dollar. If I have food, and there's no food left in the planet except for my food, and you come up to me with money, and I tell you, I don't want that trash. Guess how much the US dollar's worth then? Nothing. That is what gives it value. So when people are like, oh, Bitcoin is only worth what people are willing to pay for it, that same goes for the US dollar. The difference is there's huge network for the US dollar right now. Bitcoin's network is just getting started. And guess what? It's already got global adoption and global attraction. Everything about it is way more lucrative, way more appealing than any other currency because it's controlled by nobody. Can't be printed. It's amazing. Dave said that hot dog looks delicious, doesn't it, dude? It looks so good. As a Chicago style hot dog, apparently. Tyler said, does it work with Monopoly money? If you get everyone in your neighborhood to start trading Monopoly money, absolutely. Absolutely. This is why cults are so lucrative, because they just all collectively believe something, and then everyone's afraid of them because they're crazy weirdos. But they're only crazy weirdos because it's a small group. Technically speaking, the entire planet is a cult because we all worship this fake money, and we work for it, we die for it, we steal for it, we kill for it. It's all a cult. It is. It's crazy. Anyways, I'm going to read this brilliant post because I think it's phenomenal. This is on the Butcoin Reddit. Butcoin, if you guys don't know, is literally an entire subreddit dedicated solely for the purpose of talking crap about Bitcoin. And there's people that live on this site, and it cracks me up. This guy posted, Dear Butcoin, by the time you read this, I'll probably be downvoted into the Earth's core and banned from your little echo chamber, which is fine, because it will just prove my point that you run on a kind of proof of stupidity consensus where protecting your feelings is more important than facing reality. Here's the truth you've been ignoring for 15 years. Bitcoin has already outperformed every asset in history. The average annualized return since inception is around 200%. The S&P's best year this century, it was about 34%. Even if you bought the exact top of 2017, around $20,000, and held until today at roughly $84,000, you'd be up over 300%. Yet you're still here recycling the same tired jokes you were posting a decade ago. Every major institution you swore would never touch Bitcoin now owns it. BlackRock, Fidelity, and Vanguard control hundreds of thousands of coins through ETFs. The largest asset manager on the planet calls Bitcoin digital gold in SEC filings. Countries are adopting it as legal tender, and in several quarters, Bitcoin's global settlement volume has passed Visa. If Bitcoin was really nothing, explain why the most predatory and well-informed financial players in the world are accumulating it instead of mocking it with you. You love to say it's not backed by anything, but neither is the dollar, which has lost 97% of its purchasing power since the Federal Reserve was created. Bitcoin is backed by a hard-coded supply cap of 21 million, 15 years of uninterrupted uptime, and the most secure computing network ever created. That is not nothing. That is more verifiable and tamper-proof than your bank account, your property deed, or your government ID. Here's the real reason you are here. You missed it. You laughed when it was $1, then 100, then 1,000, then 10,000, and instead of admitting you were wrong, you doubled down to protect your pride. That pride is now the single most expensive thing you've ever bought, costing you a better life for yourself and your family. One Bitcoin at $1,000 in 2013 could have paid off your mortgage, funded your children's education, and bought your freedom from the 9-to-5. Instead, you've spent a decade curating a museum of wrong takes. You'll downvote this because you have to. The moment you admit even one point here is true, the whole tower of your ego collapses. You don't protect your wallet by staying in Bitcoin. You protect your identity. And that's why this post will vanish from your feed faster than your savings in a currency crisis. I'm not writing this to convince you. I'm writing it so it's recorded somewhere that you had 15 years of warnings, every chance in the world, and you traded the greatest asymmetric bet in history for internet points in a subreddit that will age worse than your retirement account. Bitcoin will still be here when your grandchildren ask you why you never bought any. Ooh, it's so good, dude. It is, and look, it has 0 upvotes just like that. And everyone's like, oh, you're dumb. I'm not an idiot. I have money. You just recycled all the half-ass crypto bro arguments. It's so funny, dude. This dude just absolutely destroyed every single person on this subreddit. Lexa said the average low IQ sheeple don't even know what the dollar losing its value means. They don't. They don't understand that it gets weaker. They're like, well, so what if it went down 100%? I'm making like 20% more than what I made before it went down. So like the math doesn't even matter. They can't even like figure out the actual basic math. Well, stuff is like cheaper because of like coupons. They try to make some weird straw man argument. I have this app that like gives me cash back whenever I shop. All right, Bitcoin down, it's 60.67%. Bitcoin 118,712. I think we went through everything, guys. We're chilling. You guys smash the like button? Lex said they dumb like proper. For real, dude. It cracks me up, dude. That subreddit is the funniest thing in the world. I posted proof before. I posted like my trades and my P&L for my portfolio. And I was trying to be like just nice. I was like not trying to brag. You can make money in crypto. And I shared it and they flipped out, dude. And I'm pretty sure my post got removed. They're so angry. Lexi goes, they say dumb shit like, well, I'll just make more. But they don't realize that's not sustainable. They are, dude. They really are. All right, we got 120, 108. Okay, and then up above that, we got 129.24. Dave said, I'll admit I regret not looking into Bitcoin the first time I heard about it. I thought I would buy, who would buy stupid computer money? Dave, in 2012, I looked into it. I was attending college for computer science, 117, 752. And my professor, somebody probably told me about it. And I was like, okay, I looked into it. And I could have mined it too. I had the hardware back then. Had the hardware, had everything I needed. 117, 208. Looked into it for about hour and a half, maybe two. Saw the price, saw the chart. I was like, there's no way this is ever going any higher. Then erased it from my brain. Never thought about it again. Years go by. 2018, 2019 comes around. I hear about it again after looking into the whole GameStop saga thing. And I was like, I guess I should get into this cryptocurrency thing. So I guess my take there, I had like a brush with destiny. I could have done tons of research and gotten into it and become a billionaire. I didn't. I have no regrets about it though. I think the reason why I can cope with it so well is because I didn't spend like days looking into it. I didn't try to mine it and fail, or mine it and then lose my keys, or lose access to it, or sell too early or anything like that. So I didn't have any like mentally debilitating scenario happen. It sucks to think that I was that close. It's almost like I don't know. The only thing I can think of is people who like realize that they accidentally like met like Ted Bundy or something at a gas station. It feels like that. Like you don't feel like you were gonna die, but you feel like you could have. I don't feel like I was gonna get filthy rich and I fumbled it, but I could have. You know? And maybe that's my ultimate cope. Who knows, man? Who knows? What was the price of Bitcoin in 2012? What was Bitcoin's high in 2012? It was probably, I think it was like $300 when I looked at it, unless I'm way off. Oh, did I accidentally choose Grok 4? CT Sterling said, I hope Fartcoin can take a big fart upwards. Fartcoin at the moment. Yeah, dude, Fartcoin got sent to oblivion. There's a fractal that we pulled for Fartcoin, and it is following very closely. So you might get a decent push up, honestly. Not financial advice. I might open a trade on this. Flexus said, but you have an IQ higher than most because you're here. Low IQ people don't know how to get smarter. All right, Grok, what? I thought this was supposed to be fast. Thinks hard. What do you don't have to think hard, just pull the chart. I mean, thinks hard. Can't change it right now? I thought it was like limited. Investigating Bitcoin history. No way. Shut the hell up. Was it $15? That's gonna hurt, dude. If it was like $15, even my broke ass back in 2012 could have bought a ton. Am I about to have an existential crisis? Dude, are you still thinking? What are you doing? I'm gonna stop it right here. Am I doing it? Checking monthly highs. Get out of here. What's going on? I'm refreshing. Taking too long. Damn, JJ. No buying a mansion off Fartcoin. Oh, dude, I want to buy a mansion off. I'm telling you guys, I will gladly crowdfund a Fartcoin. What is going on with Grok right now, dude? Is he struggling? Give me a clean slate. Go with fast and just answer the damn question. You good, bro? There we go. 1350. Oh my god. I thought it was like a couple $100. Uh-oh. Existential crisis loading. That's crazy. It was $13.50. Whoa. That sucks so fucking bad. What have I done, man? Congratulations, Tyler, once again on your victory. Ooh, look at that. Pin link's up 1% too. So alts are waking up a little bit. I gotta make up for. Okay, how about this? I bought it at $13.50 and I sold it at $100. That I feel like that would be worse. See, there's no way to make it better. I feel like I had the best scenario possible. If I had like found an exchange that sold it and I was like, nah. I think my biggest fumble in crypto, there's been 2 NFTs that I looked into minting. And I pulled it up and I had the money in my wallet and I had the mouse hovered over the buy button. In 2 separate instances, I did not buy. The one that I remember was Crypto Bats, which was an Ozzy Osbourne like affiliated project. I think a week after they launched, the floor price was like 15 grand. And I could have bought one for $50. So that sucks. That I feel worse about than missing $13.50 Bitcoin. Even though $13.50 is actually insane, I can't believe that it was that cheap. It's okay. Giovanni said recipes. Yeah, I didn't know it was $13.50. That's actually fucked up. Oh, don't look back in anger. I heard you say Oasis. It says the 2 most angry guys on the planet that like refuse to get back together. All right. Market's quiet. We got Pengu's almost up 1%. CT Sterling said Bitcoin being that low 12 years ago makes me wonder if we will take out the COVID lows around 6K eventually. Is that how cheap it got? I don't think that's ever going to happen. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I will say there was a gentleman in the old Discord that me and Flexo were in before, and Fahid was there, and he insisted to me that he had been in Bitcoin since like 2015, and he knew that Bitcoin. Look at this. We're bouncing off of that too with HBAR. He knew. He goes, Bitcoin will never go below 20K again. And I bet him 1 Bitcoin. And it was a one-sided bet. The idea was that it would never go under 20K again. So I would never have to pay him if it didn't go under 20K because it was for forever. You know what I mean? But it went under 20K like within 6 months. He disappeared. So, hard drama, if you're out there, you owe me a fucking Bitcoin, bro. I'm going to find your bitch ass and I'm going to get my money. I don't like people that bitch out of bets, dude. I don't like it. Fucker. A man is only as good as his word. There's a couple of mean things that I was going to say, but I stopped myself. CT Sterling, yep. Dave said, imagine buying 2 pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoin. That would be worse. Yeah, but that guy probably had a bunch of Bitcoin after that, too. Tyler said, you owe me a house. He said he would give me 1 bit. He said, bet me. And it was like the most officiated legit because he insisted that it would never go below 20K again. And it went below 20K within 6 months. He owes me a Bitcoin, dude. Flexa said, hey, come pretend to be in so they can talk because they lonely. I'll say all the mean things. I was going to call him a specific name, but it's not relevant. Congratulations, Tyler, once again on your victory. So, CME gap, allegedly 117.4. We might go back down there, it seems. Is Bitcoin going to go back down there while alts run a little bit? Maybe. Because Bitcoin dominance does seem to be looking a little sluggish. which is good. HBAR is up 1.1%. HBAR might rebound here hard based on that trend line. We shall see. SWE's also almost up 1%. Stellar's up 1.16. DOT's up 0.73. Doge is up 1.1%. Pengu's up 1.12. Market looks good right now, man. Even if we go down further, the market looks really, really good right now. It's nice to be in not a boring, miserable, bleeding out downtrend. Even during this, dude, this should have been miserable and crappy. I was completely unbothered. This one was really crappy because it just took forever. And it felt like we were at the same price the whole time because it was like, just kept, it was a volatile. It was a volatile little, like long-lasting downtrend. But the overarching trend is still up on every single chart. This is an uptrend, guys. Where's the rest of my chart? Look at that. We're in an uptrend. And we're out of this boring, miserable, long-lasting chop. Broken out. Now we're just in an uptrend. Even if we just do this, that's an uptrend. So, feels good, man. Feels good. Flex said, Clint gets drunk and passes money out to nobodies to trade with, then gets battered off his wife and doesn't talk for days. I haven't seen Clint in ages, dude. I have not seen Clint in ages. And that's actually messed up because he's modded in my Discord. Him and DK. I think DK actually shows up more than he does. Crazy, dude. Crazy, crazy times. Oh, shoot. All right, folks. I'm probably going to call it an evening. Lovely evening. Hopefully I gotta get back on for another crazy stream because Bitcoin's going nuts, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Alts are heating up, which is exciting. I think we're going to need some spicy alt action here. So I'm going to try to make some trades and get that compound trading portfolio up. If you guys want to follow along, feel free to join the Discord. So, all right. 1.3, yeah. Yeah, we're chilling. All right, yeah. As always, ladies and gents, this is where I love and leave you. Smash the like button on your way out. Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. Happy Monday and good night.